Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to explain what is an annual general meeting and what are the procedures to be followed while conducting an annual general meeting. Why do we normally conduct an annual general meeting? Everyone knows the company is being managed and administrated by the board of directors of the company. Even though the board manages the company on a day-to-day basis, the actual owners of the company are the shareholders who have invested in the company. It is the responsibility of the board of directors to invite the shareholders at least yearly once and inform them what was the performance of the company during the last financial year. If the board of directors they themselves say how their performance was in the last financial year, it may not be a fair report. So the Companies Act has mandated that every company should audit their financial report on a yearly basis and it has to be presented in front of the shareholders. And the day when the audited financial statements of the company are presented in front of the shareholders is the annual general meeting, which means that the annual general meeting of every company is conducted only after the audited financials are prepared. So when do I conduct the annual general meeting? For a newly incorporated company, the annual general meeting should be conducted within 9 months from the end of the financial year. Everyone knows that financial year is from 1st of April to 31st of March. So when I say 9 months from the end of the financial year, it means that December 31st is the due date for the first annual general meeting. The subsequent annual general meetings have to be conducted within 6 months from the end of the financial year. So where do I conduct this annual general meeting? The annual general meeting has to be conducted at the registered office premises of the company. Suppose if the registered office premises cannot accommodate a large number of shareholders, it can be conducted at any place within the same town, city or village where the registered office of the company is situated. Annual general meetings should be conducted only during working hours, which means that from morning 9 o'clock to evening 5 o'clock, anytime between you can conduct annual general meeting. Annual general meetings should not be conducted on national holidays. So, I want to call shareholders for the annual general meetings. So, how do I call them? I call them by issue of a notice. Notice can be issued either through hand delivery or through registered post or any other electronic means. Notice has to be issued to each and every shareholder. If any one shareholder is able to prove that deliberately the company is not issued them the notice calling for the AGM, whatever decisions that are taken in the AGM can be invalidated. So before how many days do I issue this notice? Notice calling the AGM should be issued minimum 21 clear days in advance. What do you mean by clear days? The day of issue of notice and the date of receipt of notice will be excluded, and in between there has to be 21 days before you call for an AGM. In case of a producer company, minimum 14 days notice has to be issued for calling an AGM. Can I conduct my AGM in any other place apart from my registered office address? Yes, I can conduct. However, 100% of my shareholders should give a written concern in this behalf. Can I call for a shareholders meeting at a shorter notice? Yes, even this I can call. However, 95% of my shareholders should agree for a shorter notice. However, when it comes to a producer company, shorter notice for AGM is not allowed. So when I'm issuing this notice, the notice should clearly mention the place, the date, the time and the number of hours the meeting is going to be conducted. The notice calling for the AGM should be issued to the shareholders of the company, board of directors of the company and also to the auditors of the company. As I've told you earlier, annual general meetings are conducted to approve the audited financial statements. The auditor's presence is very important here because in case the shareholders have any doubts relating to the accounting that is done in the company, the auditors will be there to explain and clear their doubts. Okay, I've issued notice and I've called all the shareholders for the meeting. Should all the shareholders attend the meeting? The answer is no. There's a minimum number of count that is given under the Companies Act. If minimum that much number of members are attending the meeting is called as a valid meeting. So what is that minimum number of members? This is called as a quorum. The quorum for a private limited company is 2 members. For a producer company, it is 1/4 of the members, total number of members. And for a public limited company, they've divided this into 3 categories. If the company is having 0 to 1000 members, the quorum is 5 members. 1000 to 5000 members, the quorum is 15 members. More than 5000 members, the quorum is 30 members. Suppose, if I am not able to attend the meeting, can I send any other third party on behalf of me to attend the meeting? The answer is yes. A shareholder can send a proxy on his behalf to attend the meeting. However, a proxy cannot talk in the meeting. He has only voting right. Likewise, a person can act as a proxy for maximum 50 members. However, it is the responsibility of the shareholders to inform the company minimum 48 hours before the AGM if a proxy is going to attend the meeting on behalf of him. Suppose if the quorum is not present in the given meeting, the meeting will be adjourned to the next week, same place, same time. Even in the adjourned meeting, if the minimum number of members are not present, the company can conduct the meeting with the members present. The quorum is normally recorded by way of taking attendance in the attendance register. Okay, we should notice members have come, the quorum is present, the meeting will commence. The chairman for the meeting will read item by item for the shareholders' approval. Shareholders will approve each transaction by way of voting. Voting will normally be done in two ways, either by show of hands or by poll, where a ballot box will be kept and the polling will be done. Normally, voting will be done only by show of hands. If minimum 1/10 of the members demand for a poll, in that case, voting has to be done only through polling. Once the meeting is concluded, the minutes of the meeting has to be recorded within 30 days. After the annual general meeting, there are certain statutory compliances that has to be filed. Few filings have to be done with the registrar of companies. Few filings have to be done with the income tax department. So what are those filings that has to be done with the registrar of companies? I've explained that in a separate video. The link for the same is given in the description below. For those who have not seen, please see that video once. So that's all for today. Thank you.